demanding or too greedy, your mind is not rich and self-sufficient. When your mind becomes demanding, when you long for something, you will end up violating your own precepts, not to tell lies, not to steal, not to kill, not to be immoral, and so forth. If you keep your original mind, precepts will keep themselves. The beginner's mind is the mind of compassion. When our mind is compassionate, it is boundless. This is also the real secret of the arts. Always be a beginner. Be very, very careful about this point.
Oh, well, after a few minor hiccups with Streamlabs, we're here and we are ready to go on another Tuesday stream. Hi guys, how are we doing? Let's switch it up to the desktop. Turn Pretzel down a bit. How are you all doing today? Hope you're all doing alright. It's Tuesday and I'm happier than I was last week because I got some stuff working. You know, always nice. We've got Techbox North, we've got VG Bunzy, who's apparently a weather god. We've got Kiatric, we've got Nepio. Hi guys, welcome to the stream. And now that he's woken up from his nap, we've got Cloudbot. So the commands should all now work. Smashing back coffees to compensate for my lack of sleep. I know that feeling. I am recovering from a very long weekend. Definitely do with some more caffeine, I think. Before you ask, no, I wasn't out at some radical party because I'm not that cool. Right. So, here we are, still dealing with NPCs because they're a pain in the backside. But they now work, and this is very exciting. All the forms of movement that we have in this project now all work. Thanks a lot to TechBox North for keeps giving me projects. It's very helpful. I've combined some bits of code together and now my NPCs work and it's lovely. So if we just pull up a preview. Big. We have our... I was rescuing kittens and puppies all weekend. Oh mate, I wish I was. That would have been brilliant. No, I was at a very wet racetrack all weekend. And didn't get to leave till we'd finished putting down our hospitality unit. And yeah, it was super fun. I'm glad you learned some stuff, TechBox North. That's kind of the point. Even if you don't necessarily learn through the streams, doing stuff for the streams helps you out. So, you know, that makes me happy. It means we're doing some good with these streams. Why wasn't I invited? Well, it's a public event, so... This is not part of Construct. This is something else I do. No, wet racetrack is not best racetrack, especially when you're wearing sandals and the puddles come over your feet. That's not a good racetrack. Anyway, NPCs, that's what we're talking about. So yeah, we have our construction guy here who just turns around on the spot every so often. He's got a little instance variable so we can set how fast he rotates. We have our lady here who picks a frame. So a direction every so often. There's a random time element put in there. We have our little dude here who's wandering around. His direction is dictated by these red squares. So when he hits a red square, his direction variable changes, which then changes the way he moves. And this blue square in the middle here is our player, in quotation marks that you can't see. And when our player comes in the way, he stops, but he remembers where he's going, so he carries on walking. Look at that! It's great! And then we have our two ladies down the bottom here who are randomly walking, apparently independently of each other. Mostly independently of each other. So every so often they pick either the idle state or the walking state. They then pick a direction based on whether or not they can go in a direction. So this black box here is solid. And it's all good. So yeah, they now work and I can have more than one and it's lovely. Enough of that. Hey, oh baby, welcome to the stream. How are you today? Prompt you drawing challenge, random time elephant. What? I'm not drawing. I mean, we could do that. I'm not entirely sure what a time elephant is, unless it's like Doctor Who but an elephant. That could be a thing. No. I think the corner issue is fixed. I'm sure it is in this one. They kind of happen to be stuck in that corner. I know that kind of defeats the object of what I just said, but it works. It works. They don't at least walk into walls. They look at walls, but they don't walk into them, and that's an improvement. Why are the ladies caged? They're caged for testing. This is an offshoot of Aperture Science, didn't you know? So, I have imported all of this into my actual game project, which I've decided that for now I will literally just have solids everywhere and I will put the artwork in at some point when I've actually done it. That's not a dialga with a snout. No. Yeah, all the grey ones will be buildings, green stuff is nature, red things are our movers, blue is water. These are our senders and receivers for layout transitions. And yeah. Annoyingly, I only have one set of graphics for the NPCs because I couldn't be bothered to import any others, so they all look the same right now, but that's not an issue. They're caged for testing. It's because I'm secretly GLaDOS. Testing is what we do. Aperture. And water is blue. You're right, Metal Quokka. I hope you're well today, by the way. Thank you for dropping into the stream. So, if we preview this layout, which is much bigger, we have this guy here, who's just a static NPC. He sits there and, in theory, will build a thing at some point. Although, weirdly, I can't seem to... if we go there, we can't then face him, and I'm not entirely sure why. I might need to have a look at that. But, minor detail. So yeah, he's a static. He won't do anything until we actually talk to him, but I've not implemented that yet. The random one somewhere. God knows where it's got to. Oh, there it is. Oh, no. Oh, that was silly. I didn't want to change. I haven't actually implemented any other senders and receivers, so my system won't actually work. Oh. Yes. Anyway. Let's run, shall we? There we go. Little random guy who's not quite working properly. A few little weird spinny things. Okay, I'm gonna need to have a look at that. Running through the day after a 4-day weekend. Well, not all of us had the luxury of a 4-day weekend, so I hope you're aware of how lucky you are. But our set path ones work fine. This is great. We have another one up here. I've given the set path ones, and I think the random movement ones as well. They now have a tile movement X and tile movement Y variable, so we can set the speeds, which is why he's walking quite slowly, but the other guy's walking quite quickly. We have random. Random rotate, or are you non-random? You're non-random. No, you are random. Yep, he's a random dude. And then we have our non-random rotating one down here. So the nice thing is I have all of these NPCs on one layout. They all do different things. Apparently disappear occasionally. That actually has disappeared. Oh no. Oh, there he is. Causing havoc for the other guy. So yeah, that's the fun thing about having a random one. It will occasionally just go and interact with everything else. But what I can do with it, which is something I've done. I tested this to begin with, and he was like, he wandered off the layout, he wandered into my doors. I was like, oh, this is not helpful. So these blue blocks are separate solids that are only applicable to our NPCs. So, how did I do this? I can't remember. Something in my player movement. Nope, that's not where I went. I don't need that anymore. I'll go for a... Yeah, so we've got a collision filter. When we create the player base, it only collides, or it collides with any solids that don't have the tag NPC only. So if I wanted to, I could put some more of these blue blocks in and could really control where this guy goes, which is quite nice. So if I didn't want him, you know, going into the park, or, I don't know, maybe if I wanted to keep him in the park, then I'd put some more of those blue blocks in and we wouldn't have him getting in the way of the other guy and all that kind of stuff. So fun things! NPC system is kind of working. The only thing I need to do today is hopefully do this whole interaction-y thing. So, you know, if the player's overlapping an NPC and the Z button is pressed, the NPC does a thing. I haven't got any text or dialogue implemented yet, so it will literally be a case of making sure that the NPC is facing the right way. And maybe I'll have a little sprite or something that changes colour just to show that it's actually working. Don't know. What'll he do if he's going to other layouts? He disappears. Disappears into the abyss, oh baby, that's what happens. You're like carrying the peeps. Are you sure that shouldn't be caging? And besides, my game, my rules. I can put the NPCs wherever I like. They have to do what I say. Wahahaha. You know, it's as close to world domination as I'm gonna get. So, what's this one? That's my thing for that. That's fine. That's my little test one, which I don't think we need open anymore. Do you have any samples of my own art assets to show? I do. I do. Right. This is going to be fun. Actually, no, I can just open up the project, can't I? I've still got my tester project, which has got some of my own stuff in it. I've not done any characters yet, only world stuff, which, considering I never did pixel art, I've never done pixel art before, I'm actually quite happy with it. Where are we? Dip, dip, dip. I have too many projects open. Can you have an NPC in your kitchen to do your washing up? I can put an NPC in a kitchen. Whether it'll do the washing up or not is a different matter entirely. Let's have the residential zone. So yeah, I'm still using the placeholders for the characters because I've not done any character stuff, but yeah, I did. Done some little, there's trees and bushes and buildings, flower boxes, bits and pieces, pavements, grass. I kind of started putting a tile map and tile set together, but then I realised every time I wanted to make a change to it, then I'd have to redo the entire tile set, so I'm now just making assets and I will make the final tile set when I'm done. It also means that's why there's no artwork in the actual game file, because every time I wanted to make a change I had to redo the stupid thing. So yeah, we have that. Arty farty. And then we have the gym. Well, it's not a gym, it's a coliseum, which needs some tweaking. I'm not happy with the shadows, but the roof's alright. Got like a little skylight thingy. I haven't put... Actually, I'll tell you what. You go to the blog, in at least one of them there are a couple of images of bits that I've built that I haven't put in the game yet. So there's my museum tiles, which don't quite line up because they're not an even number of tiles. So there's that. There's the arcade building and the theatre, but I'm not keen on the theatre either. I think I need to change that around as well. The angles are a bit weird. I could show you them, but you will be blinded by the fact that Microsoft Office is only available in white mode. So if you want to be blinded, I can happily go and get the files and show you. So, yeah, if you look between that one and that one, it's basically the same thing, just you can see where all the solids are. That's the wrong one. And yeah, so that's what I'm going for anyway. The buildings in here, I took inspiration mainly from, I think, Celadon City in Fire Red and Leaf Green Pokemon. Yeah, I've kind of been using Fire Red, Leaf Green, Ruby Sapphire and Emerald as my inspiration for assets and bits and pieces. It's a fun learning experience, drawing all this stuff. Not looking forward to actually drawing some of these creatures because, my goodness, the sketches I've done are awful. Did you plan Battle Arena? I have got a Battle Arena planned. I've got several different things planned. So if I open up, let's open up that layout, it'll be easier. Entertainment, there we go. So this big building in the middle here is what we call a coliseum, and that is the equivalent of a gym in Pokemon. So players will go in here and they will fight for, what do they call them? Emblems from the paladins that hold the blah blah blah. Yeah, this is definitely not Pokemon, in case you couldn't tell. Yeah, so you go around, you get your emblems, hooray, and then you go to the Champions League, not football, and it's going to be more of a tournament. So the idea is there'll be a set of training, or a set of, they're actually called keepers, but whatever, a set of people that you can fight against, and you have to make it through to the final person and win the tournament. And then you get the opportunity to go and battle what I've termed the heroes of the mountain, which is your Elite Four sort of thing. But as well as being really powerful keepers, they're also tasked with protecting the region and blah 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 and other bits and pieces. Yes, there is battle stuff planned. I even have an example project from the lovely Kiatric that will help me actually start planning how the battle system's going to work. Is there a fire emblem? I have. That's very funny, and I haven't actually decided which. Actually, yes, I have. There's going to be an emblem for each trait. Type, but trait. So yes, there will be a fire emblem. Sigh. So yes, that's kind of a bit more of a background about what's going on in my head for this game. Lots of things planned, lots of things to do, drawing to be done. Yeah, so I need to do some more bits on this actual game project rather than my tester projects, but there you go. Yes, I know you had to. You can't resist a good pun, let alone if it includes Fire Emblem. Right, anyway. So, for this, I've been kind of looking at this, which is an example. The Chrome account is not paused. Now, I resynced my Chrome account, you'll be happy to know. I mean, I don't have a profile picture, so it's still just a little grey person, but yeah, it's not paused today. Yeah, for this whole bit, I've been looking at a few projects to kind of get ideas of how I want this to work, because I tried doing something yesterday and in a very, very simple sense, and it didn't work. So, this is a Pokemon fan game engine that I believe is available in the arcade. Eventually I wanted. So, I don't need that. The grid movement. Not under player sprite. There we go, input, that's the one I need. So, I'm not entirely sure what half of these variables do, but the essential thing that I'm stealing out of this is, on button pressed, rather than is an animation playing, it'll be, is the movement direction this? Are they overlapping an NPC at the correct offset? Then we set the NPC's direction to, or set the NPC's frame to the correct direction. It should at least look at the player, and that will be nice. And I suppose at some point it'll be a case of call a function, or probably change a state to talking, call a function that does something to do with dialogue. And then there we go. And the nice thing is we can also do this when I eventually put signs and other bits and pieces in. We can say, you know, if the player's overlapping the sign, then call this bit of dialogue, and that's the plan anyway. What I am going to do is change up the tracks. Turn it down slightly. Okay. Cool. Right. Oh, let's not close pretzel. We want some tune. Did I put... Main question. Did I actually put the keyboard object into the divimals file? That's all these folders. I do love a good folder. System objects. Keyboard, I did. Lovely. Up there with those bits. There. Where's those? Don't need them open right now. That's the old project. That open. That's my little tester, which I can close down for the time being. Go there. Lovely. Excuse me while I do a lovely little bit of rearranging. I need things to be in order. So I can get rid of that. That was just a random debug thingy. I am going to put a couple more of those NPC blockers in, because just to keep him from wandering around too much. Did I put it? Did I assume? NPC block. There we go. Put that there so he can't. It's not going to the trees, and the one around there. Let's just close the park off, just in case somehow he makes it over to the other side of the town, or the other side of the layout, I should say. So when this game is finished, you'll of course have it ported to Nintendo Switch, right? I mean, sure, why not? I have so far to go. I don't know whether this will actually be released or how we'll do it. It'll probably be on the arcade, I don't know. Depends how far I get with it before I get angry. Right, so at least he can no longer go in the park, which is fine. But we can. Game mechanics, that's where I need to be. We can so on a new group, which is player interactions. That's required to allow player to talk to NPCs / read signs. Perfect. So the first basic thing is want it so that it's on key press. I was thinking about, do I put provisions in now for mappable buttons, but that is a lot of effort. I figured I'd do that with like probably global variables, I guess. You probably have a controller event sheet, which just, well, you could have on the global one, I suppose. Just loads of buttons of variables, which would say that set the key code to whatever you press for a certain thing. So action button becomes whatever the key code is for spacebar or whatever. But that is a lot of effort. So for now, it's going to be the Z key, and I don't care. Z key is our interaction button. So what we then need is the player instance variable. Movement direction is equal to right. And condition. There is overlapping. But we'll go with 8. That's half a square. Any NPC go with sprite, I think. Done. I'm also hoping this is actually going to work with families. That's my other thing. Oh, excuse me a moment. Need a quick drink. It's muggy as heck, so it's still quite warm. Ah, that's better. So, how are we? It's in here. I guess we just want to, if we're looking right, our NPC should be looking left. Talk to us. I think I can do left and right. NPC sprite, should just be able to set the value direction, which should hopefully then do all of the animations for us. That's the plan anyway. I guess we can just copy that and... I mean, this is the simplest form, so we'll just see if it actually works. If we're on the left-hand side, he'll be facing right. Yes. Oh, there we go. It's going to be... Oh! Type over, please. Down. NPC sprite's direction. Up. Well, I did wonder actually if this might actually need to go in for each NPC type. I suppose I'll see if this works. This may need changing anyway, because obviously we've got lots of different types of objects. Some aren't moving, some are moving. We probably need to give them a separate state so they stop doing what they're doing. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. So if we stick a new state into each NPC type, that should... Oh! Metal Quacker is hosting the stream for 1 viewer. Thank you, Metal. Much appreciated. That'll get you some points. I know it's secretly why you're doing this. That needs to be up. Up. Set their direction to down. We'll just try it with a static one first. I don't think this is going to work, but we'll give it a try. Hello. Oh! It works! Look! We can talk, we can make him change directions. This is excellent. Yummy, yummy points. Points taste like cake. Well, I've not eaten our points, so I wouldn't know. I'm glad you've experienced that. Okay, well that's progress. I'm happy that works. I didn't think it was going to. So I guess the other question is... Well, A, where's our... Right, there you are. Hi. Yeah, I really need to fix his movement. It's not quite right. Hi. Yeah, we can make the move. But then that, yeah, so that's going to need to be a whole separate state, I think. So, go back in here. Set direction to left. Add action. Right. Set value. Set state. So if we have a talking state, we then need... If we have the talking state, all movement stops, the animation stays the same, and I guess that's the point we call the dialogue function when I write the dialogue stuff. Any plans on bumping up the stream quality to 1080p? I don't know. That's not actually something I've looked at, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure how I do that. I will need to have a look. What quality are we streaming at currently? Doesn't seem to tell me in the Twitch backend. I am looking at it on an iPad, which doesn't help. So. I'll look into it, because we should be able to. We've got the office has good Wi-Fi. Or, well, it's wired, so we should definitely have the bandwidth. Auto 720. You stream metal, how do I change it? And can I change it while the stream's running? Probably something I can do in slobs, actually. Now that I think about it. 720 will do for now. I will look probably this afternoon and see if I can get that up for Thursday. I think now that we're affiliate, we can have multiple encoding options. So yeah, I think now that we're affiliate, we can have multiple encoding options. So we could have the source being something, and then you can either scale up or scale down. I just say you have more streaming experience than I do. So you've looked at the back end of Twitch and whatever more often than I have Metal. So, you know. Anyway, back to more out loud thinking. Yeah, let's set the state. This won't do anything right now because we haven't told it what the state will do. If we set the state to talking and copy that down. No worry, Metal. I will try my best to not get angry at the thing. What is my download speed? Here, in the office, it's very... I don't know what it is, but it's huge because it's a big office building, so they need good wireless for everyone. 8 megs, yeah. If I'm at home, mine will frequently... It's supposed to be 20, but it frequently drops to 1 on my PC, which is really helpful. And also why you don't get more streams. Yeah, if someone wants to send BT out to rural England to put some cables in, that would be great. Right, that should be fine. Let's do a debug so I can have a look at some variables. Let's go with our static man again so I can see what he's doing. Won't move. That's this one. Here we go. So his state is currently idle. Facing down. So in theory, if we press this button now, yep, his state will then be set to talking. Ah, that's what we should also do. Right, set into right. We'll do the same thing as we've done with the moving guy. Self dot state. So now when we talk to them, it will remember what the state was before Well, that's a thing. Maybe we should have a, as well as interrupted state, maybe we should have a variable for interrupted direction. So that when they go back to doing what they were doing, they remember what direction they were going in if they're movers. If we interrupt this guy down here, then he'll just carry on moving in whatever direction we interrupted him at, which is not what we want. Let's pop down to the family. Add a new family instance variable. Interrupted direction. String. What direction was this NPC facing when the player interacted with it? Again. Right. That's that. Another action. Want to set the value of interrupted direction to self.direction. Then change the direction. There we go. If we set the two interrupted ones first, then we should get the right memory, the right bit saved. Which should mean we can... Oh, they're all interrupted state. That's annoying. I don't want to do that. That one goes up. And then move that down. Down. So we just do a quick check. I feel like I've got higher than that before Nepio, but yeah, that's about right. Okay, right, so let's go down and see our static man. Actually, I realised I should have looked at what the instance variables do stream. No, I mean before I did the stream. Oh, yeah, good point. Ignore me, I'm talking rubbish. Yes, this is when I tested the internet, I was not streaming. Okay. So if we look at our sprite, this guy, his interrupted state is blank, his interrupted direction is blank, he is currently idle and facing down. So when we click our interaction button, the interrupted state should become idle, the interrupted direction should become down, and our state should become talking. Idle, down, that looks good. That's good. So there we go. Oh, baby's coming to steal our internet. Run and hide. Well, that's good. At least I know that this system works. And if we... Yeah, as soon as whatever dialogue he has to say finishes, we need to then... I think send a signal as part of the function, like we do with the transition, which should be in here. Yeah, so when we finish the part of the function here, we send a signal. Then if you go to the layout changes, that's the one. Area change, come in here. The event or the layout change doesn't trigger until it receives the signal. So I figure we can do something similar for the interaction. This would probably be really helpful if I actually had a dialogue system built in, but you know, whatever. So just try something. Go with our static guy. So add event. There we go, we have our thing. State is talking, direction is right, up, down, or left. Set the animation frames occur accordingly. Then I would guess we'd want a sub-event, which would be to call a function. Absolutely. Oh, hi. Oh, that's the interruptions, that's the one. Collapse the path, collapse you, and we'll just work with the static one. We need... I want to put this in the global one, actually. I use that function? Nope, not that one. That one. I do not. Get rid of that function. Wait. Yep, it is not. So in that case, I don't. That's a. Oh. E. Does help if you don't accidentally close your event sheet. That. And in the event, is going to be. Nope. NPC talk. This function will be called when the player talks to an NPC. Okay. I'm gonna fill this with random stuff for now, just so I know that it does the thing. Just have a quick look at mechanics again. Call the transition, then you wait for the signal, then you do the other bits. Okay. Theory in here, it would be a case of we can do that sort of an event. If the state is that and other things. So if the NPC static okay. State is equal to talking. We run a function, which is currently an empty function for now, but whatever. Add action system. Wait for signal, and the signal is end dialogue. Add action. Then we want to set value of direction to self dot interrupted direction, and yep, that one. Set state to interrupted state. Self dot interrupted state. Okay. Let's just say in the function for the time being, just so we have it doing something. On the function NPC talk, what we do? Yeah, screw it. That'll do. Then put... no. Just so I can see if it's actually doing something. Done. Set the visibility, then set the state and the direction. Cool! Ooh, go back to my... Guess we could have a wait time in there. We'll just add a simple wait in there for the time. Wait for 2 seconds. Set the, yeah. Action. Signal. Signal is end dialogue. I have no idea if this is going to do anything, but we'll give it a try. So what we do need to do is now call the function. Oh wait, I put it down here, didn't I? When state is talking, then you call the function. Why the function parameters are green? Oh, and there. I don't know. You highlight them, they're yellow. I guess it's just something to do with this. Where else have I got them? Where's my layout change thingy? There. Yeah, it's literally just there, so I think it must just be a thing with a dark theme. It colours them green. Oh, my global numbers are all green. So yeah, it's sending the signal, so in theory... So when the state is talking, you call the function NPC talk, wait for the signal in dialog, and then we set the other stuff back to the way it was. On the function, the NPC should turn invisible, wait 2 seconds, and it should send the signal. I don't think this is going to work, but we'll give it a try, shall we? What we want to do is keep an eye on our sprite so we can see what his variables are doing. Hi. Oh! Oh my god, it did a thing! It did the thing! That's so exciting! So the other thing we need to do is, when that's done, clear. Hey Skyman! Welcome to the stream. You are here at a point where I'm kind of testing things and it's doing what I expect them to do, which is weird. We want to clear interrupted direction. And we want to clear interrupted state. Right, let's have a look. Watch the variables, see if it does what I think it's going to do. Take a quick drink. Go from this side this time. So, current state is idle and down. It should change to talking. Turned invisible, which means the function's been called. He's come back. Okay, not quite there. Does it matter if we clear interrupted? Probably not, because it's not doing anything. Apart from... I clear those a second. Does he face back the way he was? That's the important bit. Like, oh, I'm done talking to you. I'm gonna face this way again. Calling function. Yes. Okay, that's fine. Okay, well his direction is changing, but obviously can't see anything because the function I have to do a thing makes him go invisible. So, but the exciting thing is that this whole system that I'm using, I think is going to work. Which is quite exciting. That's obviously the simplest point. So if I take that, we can then hopefully duplicate that for the non-random rotating and the random rotating. That should be fairly easy. The thing I'm not entirely sure about is how it's going to affect the walkers, which have been a particular pain, but you know. Stay hydrated, kids. Copy that a minute. Pop it on there. And there. Paste. To replace that with our non-random rotate. I hope you're appreciating that I am now using the replace shortcut. It does make life much easier. But all quite correct. Ah! Oh, excuse me for yawning. Okay, let's go see if... Oh, I don't want that. I need the debug so I can... Need to see the variables. Right, my non-random one's down in the park. That's down here somewhere. There you are. Hello, person. Wait for him to turn around. Okay, well that's not doing anything, which is lovely. All started so well. Interestingly, he is talking. The direction is set to down, but it's not changing this action. Right. Random rotate. We want to set speed to 0. Yeah, I need to add this whole... Oh, yeah, I've not actually defined... That's the wrong bit. That should be a separate event. Do that a minute. Then the sub-event should be all these bits. Yeah, I've not done these as 4 eaches either, so I probably should. Or eat base. Base. Done. Okay, it's rotating. There. Oh. Put that down. Change that to top. Copy that. There. Replace the static. That one? Yep. Oh, all changed, all added, perfect. So, let's try that now. Yeah, random rotate sprite. He's down here somewhere. You can see his things. Currently rotating, so he has no direction. Oh no, you're my random one, aren't you? It's down here. Click. Okay. It doesn't quite. It does stop him, so that's something. But the function doesn't do the same thing. Oh, that's because it's that needs to be, rather than that, it needs to be a family. So my poor static guy was probably just disappearing then for no reason we couldn't tell. We need that to be the sprite family. Although that's probably going to set all of them to invisible, isn't it? Is not quite what we want. Let's wait for that guy to come back down so we can see. Yep. Okay. Okay, well at least it's kind of there. We just need to pick the individual ones. So I would suggest we put in some parameters. There is... do this. One, that one. Yeah, you... Okay. Global thing. Yeah, I think let's add a parameter which is NPC UID. The UID of the NPC being interacted with. Then we use, oh no, a sub event where all this will go. That is if the PC sprite UID equals NPC talk. Nope. Out of my function. Yeah, NPC UID. There it is. So then we go into here. Self dot UID. No. Dot UID. Hopefully that will work. Let's find out, shall we? At the very least, they shouldn't all turn invisible, so that's a start. Run, little man, run! Okay. Yeah, wait for our moving man to come back down so we can see if he turns invisible or not. He doesn't! This is good! Excellent. So, in theory, we can put all of this into each one, but the function gets called with the UID of each type of thing. That should work. And then obviously at some point I will replace the invisibility stuff with actual dialogue stuff rather than placeholders. But hey, I feel like I'm actually doing, you know, proper construct things today. This is quite exciting. What I am going to do, I'm a little warm. I'm going to be right back, get some water, stretch my legs, and then we will transfer all of this talking state stuff into the rest of the NPCs and see if we can make it work. I'm feeling good about today. I'm feeling like we're making progress. Nice. It's a good feeling. Let's turn up the tunes a bit. And I will be right back. Oh, right, that's better. With a beverage. Oh, I mute that, dude. Turn that down again. There we go. Checkbox North says, things work and you sound properly surprised. I am properly surprised! Like, you've seen some of my previous dev streams, right? Nothing works! I mean, I've gotten an hour into a stream and I've not done any co-op coding. This is very exciting for me. I feel mild confidence in my own skills. Thank you, baby. Ugh. So, let's see if we can. We just take that whole bit, copy that, and paste it into the group. Do some bits around, but that under there. That's now under the active tag, which is fine. Replace all of that with the rotating sprite. And we rotate that one, rotating base. Okay. Oh look, it even changed the UID button. That's so good. Makes life so much easier. Let's do it. Big look. Where my random dude is. Right. Who's over where? The left hand side of this layout. Young man. Hello. No person. Good. Looks good. Looks good. Excellent. Lovely. Lovely. We'll wait for the other guy to come around because we can actually see him. It should pick fine. Going to get around the fountain. There we go. Yep. Picks. Doesn't interfere with that. Excellent. The only thing that's going to be really fun to test is when I actually have... Let's do that. We have one here. Let's just pull in another random rotator and plonk them there for the minute so I can at least see them. And we'll see if both of them disappear. Yay! All good. Mostly. It's fine. Fine, it's fine. The nice thing is it'll be a more solid function by the time we've actually got some dialogue in. Once I've figured all that out. Okay. I mean, if NPCs took me this long, I dread to think how long dialogue's going to take me. Ugh. Yeah, on the plus side, I feel like I'm at a point now where I can basically start writing a tutorial to go with this. Fine. Oh, okay. I was having real problems yesterday because somehow, I still don't know how, I had managed to slightly change the shape and size of my base of this thing. It had gained like 0.1 of a pixel, and I think maybe it gained, I don't know, a pixel or 0.1 or something, I don't know. It gained a teeny tiny fraction on the dimensions. And it just stopped my tile movement stuff working, so I couldn't walk alongside the solid things. Everything was completely thrown off and I had no idea how to fix it. I spent like ages trying to figure out what the problem was, and I finally, just a fluke, opened up the animations editor. I was like, oh! Why are my dimensions all wrong? This is not right. I was very confused. Okay, let's pop all of that. Our set path bit, which I guess is going to go under here. I did have these all under the active thing, but that's now just an empty event because I figured every time you moved off the screen, their walking patterns would be interrupted and they wouldn't necessarily go back to where they were supposed to be, so it's just easier to have the walkers permanently active. So we can just stop the rotating ones, and because that doesn't really make a difference. They can carry on rotating on the spot and it doesn't matter what direction they start in, really. Yes, that's why there's now a random blank event at the top of this block. Paste. Now that. Go. Pop that. There. That looks fine. Okay. Need to replace all of that. Set path. Lovely. And we need to rotate the sprite with set path. Right. That I'm going to move there at least. Perhaps that's like. There we go. I can ignore all of that. Now, where are we gonna put this? Collapse these bits. Well, checking. It should go under checking, really. We paste that in. Yeah, that looks right. We replace all of that. The random path. Path. Lovely, that all looks fine. Let's go and have a wander around and see if our path ones work. Hi, person. Please come here so I can talk to you. Excuse me. What? Oh. Why? What? Why on earth have you gone to idle? Furniture is also not on a mover. No. What? Is this a thing? What? Of course, something had to go wrong at some point. Right, let's watch this guy. Turning, that's fine. And now you're fine. What? Well, that was weird. Right. Still very odd. What? Invisible. Back. But doesn't carry on moving. Okay. So, for that, I think we're going to want to set that to checking. That's the wrong one. I need this one, don't I? Your character ate the other one. Not quite. This isn't Dragon Ball Z that happened in. This thing just kept eating all the other fighters and would absorb their power, or am I making that up? Absorption could be a later game mechanic. I'm sure it will find a use in battle. Right. So the function gets called, that's all fine. But the problem is he gets stuck with the interruption. Yeah, that's it. So, because when the player walks in front, it changes the state to stopped right, which doesn't do anything. That's where the problems come in for this one. Ooh, okay. That's a shame. Oh, that Kirby emote is so cute. So, Yeah, I'm gonna need to come up with a different system for the set path guys, because otherwise they're not gonna start moving. Let's go and check our randomer who's up here somewhere. Hello. Come here. Nope, talk to it. Oh, that's weird. Hi, I want to talk to you. Oh, this is trippy. This is very trippy. Magical teleporting NPCs. Oh, we stayed the same place that time. Okay. So it's clearly not quite a cut and paste solution for our movers. That's a shame. Okay. Let's get rid of those because they're clearly messing with everything. Okay. There we go. So, you know, it had to get to a point where something wouldn't work as we anticipated. But, on the plus side, at least our interaction button is working for our stationary NPCs. So that's something. I programmed an invisibility spell. He does at the moment purely because I have not even thought about... Actually, that's a lie. I have thought a bit about it. I have not even looked at how I'm going to put in the dialogue system yet, other than the fact that it's probably going to be some kind of XML. But that's for another stream. Okay, so we obviously want the talking state, which is fine. Oh, that's not right. Let's change that to static sprite .uid. That's better. Okay, so yeah. Problem because we need the random path one needs to stop moving. I guess the problem is it's already on a timer, so if we out of interest, is there an act? Where is this? You're in the it's right, isn't it? Just a quick look at the timer actions. Pause! That's what I need. Right. So I guess we have two different ones. We have a mover and a yes. Okay. Yeah, so with this one, you're already interrupting him, so you don't need to. You don't want to overwrite interrupted state. So I guess this where we have the function. Nope, we don't do anything in the function. All in here. State talking. Direction is right, set that stuff. Here in the player bit, isn't it? Yeah. Is overlapping NPC sprite and offset, then set all of those. Yeah. It's fine. Except I think I'm going to need two different sprite families. Which is annoying. I think what might happen with the random movers is that because the timer's running when with the random mover, yeah, here it is. That's uncreated. State, set state, set state. Where did I put? Where does the timer start? I can't remember. I still have timer, set state to choose, walk or idle. Oh, it's okay. Yeah. With that, I think because when we change the state to talking with the random one, we don't tell it to stop the timer. So when the timer elapses, it obviously fires this event, which is the set state, hence why the function's still running so he's invisible, but it's also still choosing the state of walk or idle. So I think that's probably where the problem's arising. So with the random one, what we need to do when we set the state to talking, we need to pause the timer. And then when we do the whole thing at the end of the function, and we do all, where is it? Blah, blah, blah. Here, when we set it back to visible, reset the variables, what we then need here is the equivalent thing, which would be resume timer. And then it should stay in the same place. That's my thinking. So let me grab that talking stuff anyway here. Copy that. Bung it down here anyway. Bit here under checking. So when state is talking, add action, NPC sprites, random path sprite, pause timer, which is the random NPC move timer. I can't spell. I can't speak either. Pause. That, add action. Sprite, random path sprite. Resume random NPC move timer. So maybe that will help. Let's just have a quick look and see if he does any more random weird teleporting. Hello. Oi, come back. I'll talk to you. Oi! Hold still. Okay, well it's not doing anything now, which is great. Hey. Oh, that's because I haven't switched all my map it. I didn't change over the objects when I copied it. So the random rotate base needs to be the random path base. The random rotate NPC sprite needs to be the random path sprite. Okay, that hopefully will work. This is the problem when you have several things called random, they all look the same. Hi, let's chat. Disappears. Comes back in the same spot. Excellent, let's let him move. Click. Back in the same spot, and then carries on his journey. It's exciting, I think I fixed it. Kind of. Cute. Nice. You gonna move? You gonna do anything? Yes! Haha! Right, so that's the random one fixed. Lovely. Just a simple case of pausing the timer. Boom. Right, so that, we can collapse that because we are done. Now, oh, the set path one's going to be a bit more annoying. But maybe it's not, because we're already interrupting the NPC. So it's setting the interrupted state. So I guess we add it in here as a sub-event to stop write. Probably means it's going to be slightly different and it may not have... So what did I put in my player thing? Yeah, set state to talking. Set interrupted. That's the thing. Is we're already setting the interrupted state, which we don't want to do. I feel like we might have to... Hey, and no, I don't want to take it out of the family. I think I need a different family. Rather than the NPC sprite family. because the set path one behaves differently to all the others. And if I do that with the standard family events there, then it's going to overwrite the interrupted state that we're already using. Unless... Oh, this is just going to get complicated. Might work though. Right, going to Object Bank. Where is my set path? There you are. Let's add in interrupted direction. Going to add another one, which is interrupted state 2. Just a string. Second interrupted state variable not affected by family player. Oh god, I can't spell. Player interaction. I thought this isn't gonna work. Need to find a game artist who hates money. Good luck with that, Techbox North. As someone who is a freelancer for a very long time, I am well averse to the doing anything for free and or exposure. So, hence why I'm doing a lot of this myself. Might look terrible, but at least I'm learning. Or using, you know, really cool stuff from like Kenny, or there's loads of stuff on itch.io and other bits and pieces. So I'll have to have a look around. But for now, Kenny is a great source of game. Right. Oh god, this is gonna get really confusing really quickly. So that's all. So when we that interrupted state to self state, so maybe we replace those with interrupted state 2. Can we replace the object? No. Replace action. Ugh. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? Before I start messing around with this, I'm going to save. Ugh, because at least then I can just close this, and if it doesn't work, then I don't care. Hey, Dave Box, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Hope you're well on this fine Tuesday afternoon. Right, so that's saved, that's fine. If this doesn't work, then who cares? Interrupted state 2. State 2. Interrupted state 2. Okay. That's fine. Now, we want that. Copy that bit. Put that in here. Place the objects. Rotate base needs to be our set path base. Oh, no. Key. Our random rotate sprite needs to be our set path, right? That's fine. Then we take that, copy, paste that in under here. Okay. And what we need to do is set direction, self-interrupted direction. That's fine. Set state to interrupted state 2. What? I mean? Oh, it's because I haven't changed the objects, that's why. Lovely. Direction we don't want to change. State we want to change. Interrupted state 2. Done. Whew. Okay. May not work, but hey, let's find out, shall we? That's the wrong layout. Here we go. So we have our set path guy going around the fountain. You're probably the easiest one to find. Probably should have opened this in debug, but never mind. Okay, so he stopped, press the thing, disappears, comes back. Oh, sad times. Okay. Debug, I want to see what his variables are. That path. Right. 0, 1 down here. Okay. Let's wait. Right, so his interrupted state 2 has changed, which is fine. Direction's still right, so we click that. State is talking. Oh, of course, yeah, we need to add the thing in. After that, game mechanics. That needs to change. Interrupted state 2 does not equal self state. That's messy, but hopefully it will work. Let's see. Just to make sure he still actually, like, moves when I get out of his way. I haven't broken that. But that's fine. He carries on moving. This is great. The basic functionality is still there. Disappears. Reappears. Carries on walking! Yes! There we go. Got it sorted, guys. We now have a basic function in place as a placeholder for any NPC interaction, and largely it works. I'm happy. I mean, sure, right now it's just literally we're making our sprites invisible for a bit. They come back, they swap some variables around, but it's good. It works. I guess the only thing to fix, but oh, hi, you're down here now, are you? Hello. Yeah, that's what I've got to look at. But, see if I can sharpen the random path movement animations and bits like that. I can probably nick some stuff out of the file that Nepio. Dave Bucks, hey, so cool you have implemented the tile movement behaviour. It is very useful. It's made my life a heck of a lot easier. So, yes, enjoy tile movement. It's wonderful. It does things so much easier. I can't remember if I've shown you this before or not. If you, as I said, I've been using this Pokemon engine that was built in Construct 2, and it uses the eight directional movement behavior, which is fine. But I'll just quickly show you my player collapse, all this stuff. Collapse. Obviously, my player stuff will get a bit more complicated when I start looking at things like, oh goodness me, gamepads and possibly mappable buttons, that kind of thing. But you know, this is all of my movement code. That's it. This whole section here, and most of it, to be fair, deals with animations. There is also the running code. That's all here in this one block here. If I switch back to this engine that was made in C2, the grid-based movement block is quite complicated. All of this is basically now replaced by the tile movement behavior, and I am so happy. I would never have even thought about dealing with half of this maths. It's really, really good, but I have a behaviour, and I'm very happy about it. Yeah, lads, each section is well annotated, but my gosh, there's so much stuff in here just to deal with the grid-based movement. It's mad. So yes, tile movement is lovely. Thank you very much to our lovely developers, and thank you Nepio for my is moving in direction action thingy. Right, so half an hour. I'm not entirely sure what to do now, to be fair. Right, let's have a quick look at moving left. Fine. Is this what we did it in? I feel like it is. I still think I will add a dog at some point. I suppose we could have an attempt at that. I feel like I don't think it should live in the residential zone. That feels a bit cluttered. Maybe in the market. That could be fun. Oh yeah, actually let's do it. Yeah, we can put that in the market. Let me pull up the old one that's actually got the layout so you can see. That one. Shopping. So this big grey bit here is going to be a marketplace. So what we could have is have some more of those NPC blocks around the outside of the market. A, so that none of the NPCs that are in the market leave the market, but B, also the dog then only follows you when you're inside that barrier. So that could be a thing. We could have a follower dog in the market. And this big square will be a department store because you can't have a Pokemon style RPG without a department store. But yeah, that's the thing to think about, which I guess we can probably do with something akin to the code they use in Demon Noir. There we go, enemies. I'll go with a slime probably. So basically that sets its direction based on the angle of the player. So I guess we could probably try something similar, just not with angles, but maybe with grid positions. I guess we have an NPC which we set a target to. Set the grid target to being the player's grid X and grid Y, but we'd have to make sure that obviously it would go round, I don't know, it'd be weird. Maybe we do it with pathfinding instead rather than grid targets. That will probably be the easiest thing to do. I don't know. That's something to think about later. We can have a chat about that, Nepio. But I'll tell you what, NPCs, add subgroup. Nepio's following dog. This dog will follow the NPC around the market. There you go. That's there. We will program that at some point. It's there. Has its own group. Kind of means I have to do it. I suppose the nice thing is with that, we could drop them in anywhere. Once we've got it programmed in, we can drop them anywhere around the game, which would be quite a laugh. And you could, actually, did you ever play, or did any of you guys play, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker? And on Outset Island, there was this kid, a huge booger hanging out of his nose, and as Link got close to him, he would like start running at you, and he'd follow you around a little bit of the island, and if you were up on a ledge, he'd like run around in front of you. Maybe that's what we need. Yes, Snot Boy! Maybe that's what we need. At some point in one of the villages, there will be this small child who follows you around like Snot Boy, and it would be the same thing. We just have a different set of animations built into the NPC sprite. One's a dog or one's a tiny child. So yeah, this would be quite fun actually. We'll figure out the following dog at some point. Yeah, what I can do. I think I've got the artwork in here. Let me have a quick look. He was, but he never hung around at their house until the night time. It was always over by the guy who had perpetually long grass that you could keep the rupees from. My tile maps. Let's just pop that open. Can't click on anything because nope, not that one. Let's go to the entertainment one. I'm gonna dump half these buildings. So it's the buildings one we want. No, this doesn't have them in it. It's just got the gym. So I think I deleted the sprites that were in as placeholders. I could probably drop one in. Hang on. Purely because I've got 25 minutes left. I'm not entirely sure I want to start on anything right now. So I figured Techbox North was curious about some stuff I doodled. I may as well save in the hassle of going to the forum right now. Tile sets. Specialist buildings. Plonk the museum in. Doesn't quite work because the door isn't aligned, but I don't care. Yeah. Plonk that in. So that's going to go over here, if I remember rightly. This bit of archway here is supposed to go there, but it's designed to be a tile set, so doesn't quite work as a sprite, but whatever. It gives you an idea. Then we have arcade. Is that one? I have two colours for it. I'm actually going to plot them both in because I'm not entirely sure what they look like in situ. I had a look at it in a different environment, and the first colour scheme I didn't look quite right, so I changed it to the lighter colour. I will plonk them both on the map and see how they look. And the last one is the theatre. This is all I've designed so far. That goes in here. Ish. I can't remember where it goes. I haven't got my maps on me. Got the dark one in. Yeah, maybe the light one does look better. Yeah, the black one, the black is kind of, or the very dark colour is kind of weird. I guess the easiest way to find out is to have a... let's just quickly preview the project, because then at least I know my sprite will be in the right place. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Let's pop over here. Yeah, we've got the gym, blah blah blah. The museum, which will be properly aligned at some point when I actually put it into a tile set. The theatre, which is actually going to be where we start the game. The player will start inside the theatre watching a show, and it'll be lovely, la la la. And I quite like the dark colour. I mean, the shadows are a bit off, but I kind of like the dark one. Let's pop the light one in, see how that looks. Oh, right. Okay, if you don't spawn on the actual opening layout, then he'll just spawn in some random place, which is not helpful. I suppose the light one does look a little better. It kind of goes with the pavement. I think it might be the same colour as the pavement. Yeah, it kind of works. Only annoying thing. Ah, the door's wrong! We can't go in the door! That's annoying. Oh. That's a pain. I'm gonna have to redesign that. And this is why you put things in your game, to see if they're gonna work. Boo! I didn't even think of that. Damn it. That's annoying. I'm now gonna check all of my other doors. Alright, that one's fine. Yep, that's fine. You can get two of you through the theatre door, that's okay. And yeah, you can go through the main archway in the museum. You can't fit through the little one, but I don't really care as long as you can get through that one. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go and make the archway like double width. Which is irritating. I'm sure that was a... Oh, wait. We just do that. And then do that. Oh. Damn it. I should really just plonk a sprite down on the actual layout, but whatever. I'm just making things harder for myself. All you need to do is set the origin point in the right place. We are fine. Oh, if in doubt, check your origin points. Make sure they line up with your grid properly. Otherwise, you'll have minor panic attacks about having to redo all your artwork. Oh, look, he actually sits inside the door. That's really nice. I like it. I'm happy with that. Sweet. I might round off the corners a bit. They look a bit funny, but... whatever. I say, I've never done pixel art before. This is all new to me, so I'm quite happy. Yeah, if you look at the theatre, I wanted to go with a kind of a 2-angle thing on the sides, but it looks a bit chunky for me. I don't like it that much. It's just gonna sound really stupid. It's too liney. Not smooth. I mean, it's pixel art, but you know. Alright, cool. So there we go. There you go, a little insight into what I've been doodling. So I think the idea is that the Colosseum things will stay the same. I might recolour them for the different cities. I don't know, but that'll be the same sort of building. This opening city has the most unique buildings, so I say I've got to do a department store for this one, for the shopping district, then I've got to design all the market stalls and bits and pieces. The entertainment district, I've now done all the buildings. That's quite a nice point to be at. Research, in this big bit of tarmac here, is going to be the medical centre, which basically is a hospital for both people and diffimals. It will vary depending on what city you're in. In some of the more rural places where they're more religious, you'll have like a small, maybe a doctor's surgery or whatever, and then a separate place where they do old style healings with witch doctors and stuff like that. That bit here in the top right is going to be a school, and this whole left hand side is basically the big research lab slash where you register to be a keeper slash where you learn how to be a keeper. So the whole point of the city is that I can build out a lot of the core mechanics without having to do that much in terms of artwork. So this big building on the left hand side, when I design it, will have what's called the beginner's trial, where you go in and you pick your first divimal. It then goes and shows you how to battle a wild creature, how to capture a creature in a separate room, and then how to battle another keeper. So actually, by the time you leave the city, apart from the fact that there is a park in the residential zone which has grass for encounters. I may yet take that out, I haven't decided. So you will have 3 creatures by the time you leave the city, and I will have been able to code all of that stuff in one location, which is helpful, in my opinion. That was the main feel anyway. Plus, it's nice to start in a big city rather than a tiny town and make it a bit different. I mean, while we're here, we can just carry on chatting, and I can dump some bits into the other layouts just so that at least they're populated. Yeah, so if anyone didn't pick up the blog post on Friday, I didn't really do much about pushing the blog post on Friday, I'm sorry. But it's just an update on Twitch, really. Talks about the fact that we're now affiliates, which is nice. The fact that whilst we are affiliates, we are not going to be earning money from the streams. All the money that we get through affiliate stuff will go to charity. There is now a suggestions box in the panels at the bottom of the channel where you can suggest things that we should be playing. It's also where I would suggest if you want to know, or if you want to pick, have a say in which charity we donate to. I don't quite know how this is going to work yet, but if you have a gaming related charity that we should donate some money to, then put it in the suggestions box and we can add it to the list. So yeah, that's that. The focus of the stream is kind of still going to be points based, so anyone can come in, lurk in the stream, chat in the stream, earn points, and so on and so forth. There's a few commands down at the bottom like heist and duel. You can use your points. I'm thinking about implementing ways of using your points to be in this game. Basically, everyone who's a Twitch follower will be in the credits. But if you want to be involved a bit more, then maybe I'll have set up so you can trade a certain number of points to be, I don't know, an NPC or a paladin or whatever. Yeah, trick. I'm sorry, mods don't get points. I feel like the points leaderboard should be for our lovely followers. And besides, you get a special shout out because you're a mod at the top of the shout outs box before anyone else. So, you know, it's not all bad. Right, so what have we got? Shikia Trivia Paladin. Okay, so let's plonk building in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, and we're going to be able to run behind that, so that's 14 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. 14 by 9. 4, 7, 12, 15, I think 5, 6, 9. That's the placeholder for the theatre. You haven't made or played one in RPG yet. Well, there are going to be, I say 10. I think there's going to be 10. It's going to be 9 or 10 paladins. Hang on, let me just Alright, I'm sorry this is going to be really bright, but I need to go look at an Excel spreadsheet. And sorry, but Microsoft has no way of me changing the online stuff to dark, so this is going to be really bright. Pop that in here. Where is my data file? Type chart, that's what I want. Maybe one of the heroes of the mountain will be called Julian. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there are 10 traits in all, including Fabled, which is kind of like a legendary thing. So I'm thinking there'll still be 10 Colosseums to take on, but one of them, the last one I think, is not going to be type specific. Because in my head, the final Colosseum is in this kind of really cut off rural town that's kind of the outpost for the religious believers in the continent, whatever I called it. So it kind of, they're like an old school keeper who doesn't care about one particular type, they just want a really strong team. So it kind of prepares you then for the Champions League. That's how it's going in my head anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. $16, 9 by 16. I think that one's going right in the corner. That's weird. Are they slightly offset? Kind of. I haven't got the right origin points on these anyway, so. Yeah, that'll do. Top left, thank you. That's better. What I thought it was going to be. Yeah, it goes right up to the edge. It's one down from the top. That's probably about right. I don't think. 6 for the road. An extra one, so 7. Right, that's the theatre placeholder. Arcade's only tiny, it's probably about that big, so it can go there. Have the gym in the middle, which is something like that. I'll do these proper sizes later. I haven't figured out where any of the artwork or any of the nature stuff's going to go in there, so at least I have a vague idea of where my buildings are. Then, research district. Building is going to be most of this side. I'm just going to start about there. That feels right. A little school in the corner. That I didn't want to do that. Like that. Then we have the medical center thing in the middle there. The Enoch shopping district. Going to... Oh, no, we don't want to create a new object. I realise all of these are going to be on completely the wrong layers, which is very annoying, but I'll move them around in a minute. The department store goes up here somewhere. Not that big. Ish. Right, so that needs to be on the solids layer. Which of these aren't transparent objects? There we go. That's better. That's what I needed. Try and smite thee with the holy vengeance of the gods. Sorry, Kiatric. I don't mean to upset you. You know, I've got to put our people first. All of those need to be on the solids layer. The objects layer is going to be transparent. Ooh, excuse me. 2, 3, 4, all onto the solids layer. Oh, oops, that's good. Those all need to be on the solids layer. Objects transparent. Solids is not. That's okay. So then, yeah, residential. At least by having the buildings like kind of laid out, then I can sort of figure out where I'm going to put these and bits and pieces and figure out how many we can reasonably have on a layout. Because I feel like having, what, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 7 on a layout of this size is quite good, considering the actual accessible areas. We could probably put another one down the bottom, maybe another static one down the bottom in the trees, which is down this little bit here. But yeah, I think that's a reasonable number of NPCs. I don't want it to be too cluttered. I don't want the player to be bumping into people every 5 seconds. I know it's supposed to feel like a city, but at the same time, you don't want it too cluttered. As the apartments at the top here are going to be full of NPCs anyway. Oh yeah, I decided to. Where are we? The arcade, not the research lab. Apartments! Yeah, each apartment has 4 floors and there are 3 apartment buildings, so that's 12 apartments I have to fill with stuff. So there's going to be plenty of people to talk to, certainly in this first area. So I'm not that worried about not having any more NPCs on the outside. Yeah, it's 3:25. I feel like we've done some good work today. I've laid out some more bits and pieces. Put a few more solid things around the outside to stop people wandering off the edges of my layouts. Which of course I will need to change when I actually want to put my transitions in. I decided I thought I'd put these around so that, you know, I didn't have to put solid objects on the inside of each layout. Just, if anyone got to the edge, they'd hit one of these solid bars and it would be fine. And then I realised that if that happens, then and you pop the senders on the top and the receivers for the area changes, the player can't actually get through the edge to get to the sender, so your transitions never work. But yeah, all these fun things you learn while you're messing around making a game. I know I have a lot of tabs open because I've got like 4 projects open and I keep flitting between different things and oh, it's so messy. At least they are mostly named different things, so I can tell what the majority of things are. But yeah. So that, at least, they all now have an edge. Fine. Save that. We can close Demon Noir, we don't need that open. Oh, that's a lot. I've got like 6 projects open, that'll be why. Close. Close. I will save. That one, definitely not Pokemon. We'll save that. Close. Close the state machine test. All we're left with is the Pokemon engine. I don't know if I'm going to nick anything else out of this. There's a load of good stuff in it, but unfortunately it wasn't massively finished. Yeah, it's quite a... excuse me. Quite a good little example to pull things out of. Yeah, but yeah, that's available on the... Close that. No, I don't want to change because I haven't actually changed anything. There you go, so now I have substantially fewer tabs open. Is that better? I don't even need the object bank layout open, it just always opens it up. Annoyingly. So yeah, that's the first 4 exterior layouts for this game that we are going to need. I will pop the rest of the senders and receivers and then we can at least wander around again and it should all work and it will be lovely, and then we can put in the NPCs, which we can now talk to, which is very exciting. And then, yeah. I'll put in some signs. That'll be the next thing. I'll put in some sign boxes and we can read some signs. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to put the sign dialogue, for lack of a better word, into the XML system, or if I'm just going to store the sign stuff in their own variables. Don't know yet. We'll see what happens. I have at least got some. I've got some sprites for. I'll drop that in rather than. I'll go look through here because then at least it's in dark mode. Assets. File sets, exterior detail. Have I actually got it? No, I haven't. It's still in a file, so I can't actually show you because I don't have the software on here. Never mind, eh? I tried. But I have started making signs, so there is that. Don't need that sprite or that text box anymore. Yes. Lovely. Alright, well, it's 28 minutes past now. I've fluffed around for long enough. Let's have a little bit more music. Yeah. I hope you've enjoyed watching along on this stream and enjoyed my sheer surprise at things working how I expected them to. I certainly was. I will be back on Thursday playing more stuff. Going to be interesting because we will be playing directly in itch.io, I think. So we'll see how that goes. Skyman recommended we check out Elaine, so that's what we're going to be doing. Might play a, depending on how long it takes us to complete it, may do just some small little games to fill the time. So it might be a compilation on Thursday. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, remember the suggestion box at the bottom, so if you know of any games that we should be playing that are made in Construct, pop them in the suggestion box and I can go and look them up. And if you want to have a say in who we donate our Twitch stuff to, then please drop your favourite game related charity into the suggestions box as well. And if you've got any, generic feedback, preferably helpful feedback, you can put that in the suggestion box too. Great. Sent a tweet to Aliens Day. Well, that's cool. Thanks, Skyman. It'd be nice to. I I like it when the devs pop in. It's really nice. Like when Jay popped into the Hypnospace stream a couple of weeks ago. That was really nice. And it's beneficial for you guys because you can have a quick chat with them. And obviously they can answer questions that I can't. So we'll see how that goes. Quite looking forward to it. I've seen GIFs and stuff on Twitter and it looks interesting. But yeah, let's save my project because saving is fun and I will cry if I lose any of this, given what we've done today. Yeah, so have a good rest of the day, guys. Let's pick a new fun tune to go away to. What's Pretzel gonna give me? Nothing, apparently. Come on. There we go. That'll do. Alrighty. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Don't work too hard wherever you are. And I will see you on Thursday. Thanks for stopping by. Ta-ta!